Hello, welcome to On the Couch with KWI. This is Ashley Applegate, and I'm joined today with Caleb Simmons. Caleb, when did you graduate Kentucky Welding Institute?
I graduated in the fall of 2016.
All right, so a few years out in the industry now. Thinking back, tell us, where were you at on your first job?
My first job was a fab shop in Indiana. Mostly stainless. It was short-lived, but after that went straight back to KWI. Met up with a boy that I was in school with, and we hit a job back actually the same town at a slaughterhouse, shut down.
Okay, so you got to get some of that specialty alloy training at KWI, yeah. and that helped into those first couple jobs. What settled in with your career, after those jobs in that area?
During those two jobs, I kind of knew that I want to stick toward kind of the pipe welding scene. So I went down to Cape Canaveral, Florida with a SpaceX job and got to weld some stainless down there.
Oh, so that's pretty cool. I mean, that would like be for most people a bucket list. I'm working for SpaceX, so that probably opened up more and more doors for you. What's your career like now? What are you doing 4 years after KWI?
So now I've really kind of focused my career on the nuclear side of welding. I actually got that connection through you all at KWI, and I had a good opportunity, and I've stuck with it, and it's treated me very well.
Okay, so when you say nuclear welding, a lot of people don't really understand what you may be talking about. So let's sort of elaborate on that. Where are those jobs located at?
Most states have a couple nuclear power plants in them. Kentucky, unfortunately, doesn't have one, but you'll find a bunch on the East Coast, down south. Virginia, South Carolina have a lot of nuclear power plants, and they're just like any other power plant. They need maintenance, and they hire in people to make welds, repair stuff, just like any other place. All
right, so when you're traveling from job to job, do you drive your truck and hotel up, or you're dragging a camper behind you?
When I first started, as most people do, we stay in hotels, kind of get the feel for the work. Once you got a little bit of money saved up, most people upgrade to a camper, and it's just a whole different ball game from there.
Okay.
You start saving money, but you do have extra risk involved. If you got a blowout or you got to upgrade vehicles. But you have it. You're not just giving away money to stay in a hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you hit a nuclear outage, are you thinking this is going to last for 2 weeks, or are you typically there for a month or two?
The outage work has slowed down compared to what it was. It's now down to maybe 4 weeks. But you can, based on the pay and the hours and the way overtime works, 4 weeks you can do pretty good.
Okay, that's awesome. So the day in the life of a nuclear welder, how do you test in for those jobs?
They're just like anywhere else. If you go to a Duke site, you'll go into their training facility, and you'll meet a CWI there, and they'll have your test set up for you, and you'll just take your weld test.
Okay, so you pass the weld test day one. Is it all day, 18 hours a day behind the hood, or anything extra?
Everything in nuke is a little bit slower than you would find in like a boiler or a pipe job. There's more. It's more safety oriented, and you also have to take into consideration radiation. So that's a whole nother thing to add on safety wise. So everything kind of slows down, takes longer to do things.
All right. So when you're talking about the risks involved versus, let's say, your typical welder in a fab shop, what else do you do to make sure that you're not exposed to the hazards at that particular site?
Normally at all nuke sites, they have radiation protection, which is just people who specialize in making sure if you're going into an area, they know if there's something hot there, you know, they're the ones keeping you away from hazardous things, making sure you got your proper dosimetry on. If you go into an area that's highly radiated, it will alert you, and you just leave that area, and obviously let people know.
So longevity, you don't have to worry about it because these plants that you visit are safe in the long run.
They're extremely safe.
Okay.
And you do have yearly dose limits that, you know, if you exceed this, you cannot go into the plant anymore. But you're rarely getting that up in those numbers.
All right. So your choice of career, do you jump from one job to the other, or do you finish a job and then spend time in your hometown with your family?
It kind of depends. It's one of the things you gotta get while the getting's good. So, you know, if you hit a slow period like I have, I think back in 2019, I don't think I worked one nuke job, so I had to pull back to my welding. Well, my old, like tube welding, pipe welding, and network and find a job so I could, keep money coming in.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think work ethic goes a long way. You can't sit around on the couch and expect somebody to give you a call in today's competitive market, for sure. You got to get out there and make some connections and get a good job rolling. What gave you your start in welding? How did this? So we're 4 years after KWI. When and where did you start?
Which I'm from Fleming County, so KWI native, I guess. So I went through high school welding. So from sophomore to senior year, I was welding in high school, and naturally I went to KWI right after. Okay.
So the high school welding program, I think it's where a lot of people get started. What do you say to a student or a potential student who's looking at this now and they've never welded before, and welding, and especially going into a boiler or nuclear plant, scares them to death? What advice do you have for those folks?
You're always going to, even somebody who's been at 4 or 5 years, they're always going to run into something new that they don't know. So you just got to be willing to learn and pay attention. And, if you have questions, ask. Don't ask if you're unsure.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest things.
All right. Well, we've been talking with Caleb Simmons today, KWI on the Couch. Please tune in for more.